What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about ZBCN today, Zebec. It is the 20th day of December, and here we are sitting at about $0.0031 with 6.5 hours left in the day, up 13.6% today. You were up 13.6% yesterday as well, having a hell of a reaction from these lows. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. So, yes, we were bearish at the lows. It got me. It got me. We were bullish. We were bullish. We were bearish. We were bullish. We were bearish. We were bullish. We were bearish. And now we're bullish again. Hopefully that doesn't condemn the price to lower prices. Right now, this is a really good looking double bottom setup right here. I mean, this area is kind of odd. The fact that we grinded it out like this and we didn't just find immediate support. But hey, whatever. Sometimes that happens, you know. Sometimes you grind it out, you pump, and then you come back down. So don't be discouraged if we do go lower. All the upside targets we're going to talk about in this video are still going to happen, even if we go lower, even if we go below those lows. But I want to look at the short-term stuff, and I want to see how real, quote-unquote, this move is. Does it stop here? Does it have higher to go? We are at a relatively significant area for resistance right here. Prior resistance right there. Prior support in this zone right here. Support right there as well. Support, resistance right there. It's a semi-significant area here. And then I just want to see from the high back in August to the low here, we're also right there at the 382. This yellow line right here, the 382, we're also tipping that. So there is reason enough to find resistance here. That doesn't mean that we go to lower lows, but maybe we do pull back to like 00274 and then move up, something like that. I want to look at the 1 hour time frame and see what we've got going for us. Do we push through this or do we find a little turbulence here? Okay, hit that like button, subscribe, let's get into it. So the 1 hour time frame, 1 hour time frame here, it looks pretty good. Oh yeah, that's what I want to see. USDT, hold on. Bybit, there we go. Get some volume. Nice, man. Building volume as you're going. It looks good. A lot of volume at the top. You know, there could be some selling pressure there. There's a lot of reasons to sell there. Bearish divergence on the RSI, and it is confirmed. Yeah, I mean, you probably do pull back. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but, you know, that's where your divergence formed all the way down there at about 0.00289. So you probably do go back below 003 again, maybe just below there. Perhaps all the way down to 0027 or lower. Typically with bearish divergence, right? And this divergence started here at that point right there. Bearish divergence between this point and that point. Typically, you see the price go not to the divergence, but through where the divergence forms. So I would think that we see a little bit of a pullback from here with that assumption in mind, from a low point there to a high point here. I mean, wouldn't it make sense? Right there, that's where the bearish divergence is. And we just found resistance at a relative 382 from our high in August to the low that we had last month on the 21st of November. We're finding resistance here at that 382. Wouldn't it make sense if we pull back from here that we might find support at our 382 here as well, which the 382 takes us just below where that bearish divergence was formed. So I don't know, something around 00285 or lower sounds right to me. We're at 00309 right now. Stochastics, you know, they're very bullish, very, very bullish, but might be time to cool off. Bearish divergence on the MACD, might be time to cool off. 4 hour time frame here. RSI looks great, healthy, so do the stochastics, so does the MACD. I mean, all fantastic. Typically, with the 4 hour, I mean, look at how voluptuous. That is, you guys, that's bullish. This is really good right here. Typically, with the MACD on the 4 hour time frame, when we cross above the zero, we do expect to consolidate for like a day or 5, you know. You might consolidate for the next couple of days here, and then continue to pump afterwards, right? You might consolidate a little bit, pull back to this area, and then pump afterwards. That's the expectation there. Typically with the MACD on the 4 hour time frame, when we cross, we do that. The oscillators reset to the zero, we bounce off the zero, and then we continue to rally. That's the expectation. So maybe boring and to the downside for the next day to 3 days or more, and then continue to rally going into the midpoint or latter point of this upcoming week, right? We are at the very ass end of this week. We've got 1 day and 6 hours, one day 6.5 hours left in this week right now. Very bullish engulfing candle. If we can close here, and looking at the charts, I would assume that we do pull back a little bit, but even if we close, even if we go back to where that divergence started, we're still going to close above last week's opening point, so we're going to engulf last week effectively. We look at the daily time frame, and we do have, we got 6 hours, 25 minutes left. I really wouldn't be surprised, guys. I mean, it's nice that we're up 13.2% now. I wouldn't be surprised if we came back down. This day might close with like a wick to the upside, much like this day on the 9th of December. It might close just like that. The only difference is I don't think we'll see a lower low. I think that we will break out from here. Stochastics, the blue line is very far away from the orange line, and you're up in the overbought zone. That's typically a sign that you're ready to consolidate, if not pull back. The MACD is sad, but whatever, you're in sad kind of environments on the daily time frame. The RSI breaking out is nice, but you do have some form of hidden bearish divergence with these higher highs here and lower highs there. Time will tell, but man, I think that you're on your way. I really do think that you're on your way. So from here, from a high to a low, the expectation would be that at the lowest, we go to 0.027349. That's the lowest, okay? Find support there and then continue to rally. Your next, whenever, after we're done consolidating here, however it looks, whether we pull down to 0.028, 0.029, whatever it is, right around here, 0.027 itself, whatever. Whenever we consolidate this area and we're done, whenever we start pushing higher, the next target should be 0.04 to 0.044, which from the current price, that's another 30 to 41% move. And we should see that by the end of this year. I think that's going to happen maybe just after Christmas. That'd be my guess. It is Christmas week next week, and the banks will be closed on Tuesday and Wednesday. I wonder if we have a prolonged consolidation because of that. A lot of people assume, sorry, Wednesday and Thursday, not Tuesday and Wednesday, Wednesday and Thursday. A lot of people, I think, assume that during the holidays, the stock market's closed. This is weird stuff. Crazy things could happen. We could see a crazy pump or a crazy dump, but in my experience doing this, typically holidays are just very boring days because there's no liquidity. Nobody's trading. Nobody's paying attention to charts. They're with their family. They're doing things, right? Maybe you aren't. Maybe you degenerates are just watching the charts like a hawk. But you're fully allocated if you're watching the charts like a hawk. The people that are stepping away, they're enjoying themselves. The people that can move the markets, they're enjoying themselves. So next week could be a little bit boring, but maybe some flashes of excellence as well. Wednesday, Thursday, maybe if I'm expecting that we would consolidate now until like the next couple of days, maybe we see a pump going into like late Monday or Tuesday. But if we don't pump by Monday, Tuesday, I doubt we'll pump over the weekend. I shouldn't say that, over the holiday. But we're pumping over the weekend right now, so maybe it does happen. Time will tell. Regardless of when it happens, the point remains, okay? Regardless of when, whether it's by the end of this year or it's early January, whatever. The point remains that whenever you do move higher, the next target is 0.04, basically 0.041 to 0.044, something in that range, okay? And then we should be moving up past that. We should be seeing new all-time highs. I think that if we take this high to low here, I think that we will see a price that resembles something around like 3 to 4.5 cents. That's the expectation. And we should see that, if not by the end of Q1, maybe sometime in Q2. But that's the expectation overall. I really wouldn't be surprised if it was March that we saw these levels. But time will tell. I've got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, hit the like button, please. And thank you. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.